Hey guys, is the sound good? So, can you hear us? Can you hear us? Hey, so okay. So sorry for the delay. We had some issues with our internet. JP Morris is saying, glad to see the internet in Brazil sucks too, right? Yeah, the internet here sucks. Sometimes it's okay, but uh, we have a lot of issues with lives. But we are live now.
Hi.
So just to introduce ourselves again, for those who missed the last live, I'm Alvaro. I'm the art director here at Loot, and also I'm a sculptor. And
I am Márcia and I am the painter here.
uh, today is the December the 1st, and we are releasing our new bundle, A Light in the Shadows. It's a really cool bundle. We are very happy with the result we got, and I'm sure all subscribers will like the minis too. We from now we start to make lives uh,
Ma?
every month on the first day of the month when we release our the next bundles. So this I think this will be a very good format to introduce you to our new bundles, and it will be very similar to the previous live. I'll be here checking the comments, answering the questions, while Márcia paints this awesome mini, the solar. Do you want to talk something about it?
No.
Yeah, Márcia is really shy, so she will be painting and I will be talking to you. So let me see if there's something to say. Before the start, we started the live. There was this video showing the minis, and you already can have an idea of what about this bundle. So this is a hell bundle. We have some devils, some monsters, and of course our heroes. So before I start talking more about the bundle, I will let Márcia start doing the paint job, because this mini is crazy detailed, and if we takes too long to start the painting, it will be impossible to do something cool. So do you want to say something about this mini?
I will start with the skin. So I will use feather brown start, and I will do a gradient using sun skin tone and luminous flash too.
Okay, so she'll be explaining some things about the painting process, and after she do this step with the skin, we can see more the work in progress. Okay, so now, guys, I will show you some images and talk a little bit about the bundle. So, who have been following us for a few months already know that we have a lore, right? An adventure with 3 heroes, Vanshu, Bashir, and Gardain, and they went to the underworld. They fought some drow, and they got into a fight with an Aboleth. And before they defeated the Aboleth teleported them to a plane of hell. So they got trapped in there. They were like living in a horrible place, fighting a lot of monsters, a lot of devils, and uh, a day they saw this small light in the shadows. This is why this bundle is called this. And when they got, just a second. Uh, maybe let me just adjust this sound. Just a second. Is the sound better now? Is it the sound better? Can you hear me? I think the sound was really high, so I hope you can hear me better. Let me unplug the mic just a second. I hope it's better now. So the heroes. Let me get back to the history. Okay, so the heroes found this small light in the shadows, and when they arrived there, there was this solar uh, chained and like a okay, now it's better, right? Okay. So when they got there, there was this prisoner, a solar. For those who don't know, solar in D&D and in RPG histories is like a very powerful kind of angel of celestial character. It's like a 3 meters tall angel with armor and weapons. Really cool character. But this Sola was like a prisoner of the devils. He was like this. This is why we have two different Solars in this bundle. Here you can see him with a lot of scars. His wings are very damaged, and he has the chains on his neck, on his wings. So the heroes, they fought all the devils around. They defeated the boss of this bundle, which is this awesome mini, the Pit Fiend. I was the sculptor behind this one. I had a lot of fun doing it, and I'll show you better details in a few minutes. But after they defeated the Pit Fiend and all the other devils, they released the Solar from the chains, the curse that he has, and the Solar becomes this mini. This is why you have two versions. So when he's free, he got his full power back. This is why his wings are open. He has like this small, this beautiful long hair, all the armor, the sword, and when they release him, he asks what the heroes want back from helping him, and they all say they want to go home. So the Solar help them get away from this hell plane, and they get back to their home. So this is a very simple story, but I think when we think about this lore, the background of the characters, it makes all the minis even cooler. And it's important to say that the current heroes, Gardain, Vanshu, and Bashir, they have been around for 3 months now, but next year on January we'll start a new format. We won't have the same heroes for a few months. We have different heroes every month, but we will keep this story idea. So we will have encounters, we have this progression of enemies, but we'll have 3 different heroes, 3 new heroes every month, so you can expect more variety on the minis. And I will be speaking to you, talking to you, and checking the chat. So if you have any questions, please let me know. So Javon Black Pixel is asking if Márcia use airbrush for anything.
I like to use airbrush, but the last days I haven't using. And for live, I think it's better to not use.
Yeah, the airbrush is a little loudy and it takes much more time because I talk about this in the last live. Some great professional painters, they use airbrush and a lot of very hard techniques to get really smooth transitions, make it really real, but it takes a lot of time, right? So if Márcia tries to make this kind of painting,
and I'm not worried about this kind of smooth transitions. I'm just worried to do something cool.
yeah, so in 2 hours, that will be the more or less the time that we will be in this live. It's really hard to use the airbrush and get nice results. So using only brushes, I'm sure that Márcia will do an amazing job.
There is 2 versions of the wings.
Yeah.
I love the other more, but I think it's better to show the painting process in this one.
Yeah, I will show you in a few minutes. This is the first time that we have 2 options for the same character. So the Solar have 2 sets of wings. There is this more open wing, more wider wing, and there is another one that's more curved. I will show you in a few seconds because when we posted this one, for me it's amazing as it is. A lot of people were saying that the wings were too flat, too boring, and we heard our community and we decided to create a new one. But as this one is really cool also, we decided to keep both. So Javon is asking who sculpted that artwork in 3D. So at Loot, you want
Just
to
a
say?
moment. I'm trying to do a gradient, so I put leather brown, sunny skin tone.
Qual mais perto aqui?
I will try to do a gradient, so I put leather brown and sunny skin tone.
So at Loot, at the moment we have like maybe 7 3D artists. So as you can see, it's a lot of work to get this level of detail you can see in our minis. It's really hard. It's a lot of days to sculpt one mini. So it's impossible for me as a sculptor to do this every month. So for this, we have a team of very talented artists. All of them are from Brazil, the sculptors. And they are doing a pretty amazing job. This solar, in particular, was sculpted by Leandro Pavanelli. I don't know if he's online, but he's an amazing artist. Let me see if there's any question. So Travis is saying you and your team really raise the bar of quality for other miniature makers. Thank you a lot. This is the idea of Loot. As I come from a background of sculpting really big statues, I was used to make really detailed models, really detailed sculptures. So I try to bring this quality we see in premium statues to miniatures. This is why you have this kind of realism in our miniatures, and we're trying different proportions as well. A lot of miniature makers, they do miniatures in a, they call an heroic proportions, right? So the characters have like a much bigger head, bigger hands, bigger feet. They are more cartoonish. This makes sense when you think about production, because minis like these are more are stronger, are better for playing. Like you won't break them just by touching them, but and also for making molds and casting stuff like this. But today with 3D printing, I feel that we have much more freedom to create minis in very different ways. With this in mind, we decided to follow these realistic proportions on our minis. So we have realistic anatomy, faces, the head isn't big like other companies. And I feel a lot of people like this style because our minis look like real people, not like cartoonish characters. And it's a different style. It doesn't mean that it is better, because there are a lot of minis from other companies which are amazing. But and a lot of people like these big head miniatures. But I feel also that a lot of people prefer this kind of realistic proportions ones. And we are getting really good feedback from our community. So I think we are in the right direction. So CMD19 is asking, does Márcia water down her paints? Cantando se usa água, se dilui.
Yes, I dilute my paints. It is acrylic paint, so I dilute in water.
She's using at the moment a water palette.
Yes.
This one. A really ugly one. This one I printed, 3D printed with my FDM printer. But yeah, it's working okay so far. Someday we can do a video talking about wet palette. For those who doesn't know, a wet palette is made for. So we have this layer of like a sponge or something. Foam. Oh, yeah, right. And a layer of baking paper or something.
First, paper towel or não sei como que é. And the last layer is cooker paper.
Yeah, like this cooking paper for baking. And on top of that, she mixes the paints, so the paint doesn't dry really fast.
Yes. So you can it allows you to stop painting for some days, and when you come back, will be still wet.
Yeah, you can close the wet palette and keep using the paints for a few days. If you don't do this, the paint will get dry really fast. Yeah. So I will keep reading the questions, but I will show you some images about this bundle that I think are really cool. I will show you really quickly the concept art that our concept artist created. His name is James. I don't know if he's live at the moment in the chat, but here we go. So the first one is Bashir. He's a human warlock, and he's like in the let me change. Okay, better now. So he's a human warlock with this Aladdin feeling, Arabic feeling, and he's in this pose like this because his patron, his genie, is fighting for him. So you will see it very soon. This is our beard devil, which is a devil with this tentacle beard, really cool character with a big weapon. This, we called him a blind devil It is based on a few characters. There is a similar one in D&D, and in Diablo 3 too, that big guy that explodes and releases some worms. So we decided to create this one, and I feel it's really cool to have this kind of character that I think in Left 4 Dead there is one as well. This big fat guy that explodes. Pretty fun one. This is a Chain Devil, and the Chain Devils that we found online, for me they were very ugly. The design was really boring. So a really cool thing about James, our concept artist, is that he can take these classic characters, these descriptions from books, from games, and create a new look for the character. So here we have a Chain Devil with a much unique, more unique look, and the result, as you will see, is amazing. So this is, guys, for me it's really hard to pronounce the names in English. I have no idea if it's correct, but it's Enrias. I have no idea. So this is basically, no, no. Márcia just laughing about me. So there is this kind of angel character in D&D, in RPG games, that when you look at first, it looks like an angel, but actually is like an angel from hell. It's a bad character, an enemy. So for this, we try to make a woman with cool wings, but also if you look closer, there are some death knights or some evil guys details, like in the breast there are those skulls, on the knees, also on the shield you have a skull, and she looks very badass, and I think the result is really cool too. So here we have Gardain, our dwarf, and he's mounting his golden horn. At the first bundle, a journey to the underworld, there was the golden horn miniature, separate from Garden, and in this first adventure we matched the two miniatures and decided to create this one with Garden blowing the, I don't know how to call this horn. Guys, I like to learn about English in the live, so how it's called this instrument that Boromir from Lord of the Rings use? It's the same one for Garden. And the result is awesome too, as you will see. I love this one. So this is the genie, the patron from Bashir, a very big guy with a gigantic sword, and I love the result also. And as you can see in the base, he's coming out from a lamp, very Aladdin-like. So this is a Hell Counselor. This also was based on a character from D&D. I forgot his name, but of course we tried something different. We don't want to create characters from D&D necessarily. We want cool characters that we can use in many ways possible. And this is more like a politics guy, more, as you can see, obviously he's not a fighter. He's more like the strategic one. This one also is amazing. This is our Hell Knight, which basically is a badass death knight with a flaming spear, mounting a big badass horse with flaming, I don't know how to call the horse hair. And the mini is amazing too. This one is the Ice Devil, basically a very big, like 3 meters or more tall, ice insect like character. For this one, we tried something different, so we made him with 4 arms, holding this big spear. This is the imp. This one is interesting because it is the first tiny mini that we did at Loot. So far, we have done most of the minis are regular. There are small ones and large ones like the pit fan, for example, is a large mini. The base is 2 times bigger than a regular mini. But this one is tiny, so the base is half the size of a regular base. It was a big challenge to make the imp with these thin details like the tail, the wings, and to make it printable for 32mm scale. It was a big challenge for us, but we did a great job. So this is the lemur. I don't know if this is pronounced this way. It is a very weak guy from the hell plains, like a slime guy. It's a really ugly one, and remembers me of this guy from the first RoboCop movie. At the end, that they hit him with the car. He was like, "Oh, help!" And it's a pretty fun one to paint, I feel. This is the concept art from the boss itself, the pit fiend, and I loved what Jens did in this one. As you can see, he has obviously the big horns, but on the top of his head there is like these small horns, small spikes that forms a crown. Like he's the king of hell. He's the king of the area. He has these big wings as well. On the floor, I try to make this hell-like floor. So we have some rocks, some skulls, of course, and the floor has this big crack with some lava coming from the crack, coming from the base. So while painting this, you can do amazing paint job like James did here. You can put some lava effect, some light effect on the paint. It's a pretty cool miniature, and Márcia will be painting him very soon. There will be 2 videos of the pit fiend. A more complete videos for the Loot subscribers, and she will be painting also a more simple version for the YouTube channel, so everyone can see.
There's a simple version with more dry brush and wash, something some easy techniques.
Yeah.
Easier.
In the more complex one, maybe you can use airbrush and more complex techniques. And talking about the boss, this is the first month also that we will provide for our subscribers a boost miniature. So this one, every subscriber will get this awesome pit fiend boost. I don't know if the camera will focus. Maybe I can show here. Just a second, I will show you on the other camera. You can see better the details. At the moment, it has only the zenithal priming, which is black priming with white one on top. Coloca aqui, ó. Pretty cool, huh? And this kind of boost is cool because as the character itself is smaller, we can print it in a bigger scale. This one is 4 times bigger than the 32mm version. Just missed the miniature. Guys, there are so many miniatures at Loot that I'm going crazy. There are like minis everywhere. Okay, so this is the 32 millimeters version of the pit fin. Let me show you here really quickly. Okay. It's hard to focus in this one. Okay, so you can have an idea here. And the boost is 4 times bigger, which means it's about, let me see, like uh, 128 millimeter scales, more or less. Of course, the boss is very big, so the boost is huge too. It's not a regular human. And if people like this kind of boost, we can do more in the future. And as it's bigger than the regular 75 millimeters scale, we can see much more details on this one, and also do a more detailed painting job. So for the guys who like to paint detailed miniatures, this one will be awesome. And I hope you like this one. And also, it's the first miniature. Foca aí, amor, tá muito ruim. Foca aí. I'm just asking her to focus. This was the first mini that we printed directly to the build plate, so we don't have supports here on the base. It was like flat on the base, and we have just a few supports for the horns, for the chin, and it gives like a perfect flat bottom, which is really cool. Moving on, so we have the free version of the solar. Very cool. And as you can see as well, while we are 3D sculpting, we follow the concept art, but we are not limited for it. So we try to take the design, the proportions, the idea, and add some extra details. We change a little the armor, as you can see, to make an even better miniature. Here's the prisoner version for solar. Here is the spiked devil. It is similar to the imp, but this one isn't. Oh, continuar olhando, senão vai desfocar muito. Just a second, guys. It's really hard to focus here. It's hard to film while painting. We'll try to improve the angle, maybe. Her hand is covering the mini, so it's hard for you to see. Guys, we are still learning how to do things. So our second live, and a very big miniature, different from the previous one, the sea hag that was really small. But I think you are able to see what she's doing, right? Here, as I was saying, is the spiked devil. He's small, not tiny like the imp, so it's a little bigger, with a lot of spikes on his back and this trident weapon. This is Vanshu, our half-orc. Really cool character, really badass. And the result of the sculpting is amazing as well. So these were the concept art. I will read more comments on the chat, and later I will show you the 3D models. Okay? Oh, we have a problem here. Just a second. Okay, so let me see more questions. Guys, if you have any question, please leave a message in the chat. So JP Morris is asking, are you still going to revisit Heroes so we have the basic, expert, and champion versions? So at the moment, we are not thinking about it because it's a cool way of creating characters. We have this evolution. The hero starts with more simple items and get stronger and stronger, but we have this problem that in like 3 months we have only 3 heroes. So for people who like more variety, it isn't very good. So we made some research, we asked all the subscribers, and of course a lot of people like this evolution, but most people wanted more different heroes. So this is why we decided to change. I think it will be really cool to have new heroes every month. O'Neill is asking, is saying that I like when she uses regular brush as I do not own an airbrush. Yeah, this is the idea. We want the painting process, the classes to be very accessible for people. So if you don't have like fancy brushes, fancy airbrush, you will be able to paint and get really good results. Vamos desconfortar agora? I'm asking if she is comfortable now. Let me see more questions. So Luis is asking, which 3D printer should I get for really good quality? Guys, a printer that we use a lot and I love is the Frozen Sonic Mini. I'm being very honest here. I own 3 Frozen printers at the moment, and we did a video very recently talking about the Sonic Mini 4K, which is the 4K version of this regular Sonic Mini. And it is an amazing printer, but we are getting some issues with it. For some reason I'm not sure if it's the resin, the printer itself, but we got some some miniatures detaching from the build plate and getting stuck to the FEP film. And a solution that we found online, I talked to some other owners, and they said that changing the FEP film for an how do you say an NFEP film, it is much better. It will fix the issues that we are having. So maybe when we change the film, the 4K will be my favorite printer. But at the moment, the regular Sonic Mini is my favorite printer for sure. It is an amazing printer. From the first time I turned it on until now, I got like 0 issues with it. All the printing, all the printed minis are perfect, and it's a very cheap printer. It's like $200. For me, it's the best deal at the moment. If I want to buy a new printer, I would go with the Sonic Mini, the regular one, and buy like 3 liters of resin. So you will get to the price of the Sonic Mini 4K. I will do more tests very soon. Maybe we can create a video talking about it. But from my experience, the difference between a regular printer, a full HD printer, and a 4K one, it's like it's really hard to see. I have like the same miniature printed in the 2 different printers, and sometimes I can't even tell which one was printed with the 4K Sonic Mini. So I'm not sure yet if it is worth for printing miniatures. Maybe for jewelers, like printing rings and a lot of people, right, print rings for casting. Maybe for this case it is a good deal, but for miniatures, for painting, I'm not sure. I heard good things about the Anycubic Photon Mono as well. A lot of messages, guys. Just a second, I lost where I was. So Lucas is asking, hey Alvaro and Márcia, once I saw a video from Sideshow that a guy paint a Venom and he used pastel chalk and brush to make some smooth transitions. Have you or Márcia have seen this kind of technique? Ele usa, tipo, raspa negócio de pastel e passa assim. Um pó.
I have never tried this technique. I saw, not this specific video, but I saw something, and I don't know nothing about it. I'm a little afraid if it is durável.
Durable, maybe. Yeah. Maybe when you touch the miniature, it will come off in your hand.
Yes, I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe for big statues, it works well, but for miniatures, yeah, maybe it is so small that it's hard to make this kind of techniques. But what you are doing at the moment?
Yes, but it's something that I don't know. What?
What are you? What step is this one?
Well, I.
Oh. Deixa eu falar pouco mais alto.
I started painting the skin, so I tried to create a gradient, but as you can see, there is a line between the layers. I will wait it for dry a little bit, and I will try to fix it later, adding other tones and shades to let it a little more smooth with a very diluted paint.
And for the wings?
And for the rings, I start applying black. I think I will paint it with dry brush to do it faster. And I will apply the black and wait to dry to do the dry brush.
Okay, so let's move on. Is the position better now? I think it's good to see, right? So D-Rack is asking, Alvaro, will you add a theme page to the Loot website to show the other sculptors? Yeah, it's a good idea. I think in the when you log in and access your bundle, you can see the names of all professionals involved in each bundle. So we have all the sculptors there. But yeah, it could be really cool to have a team page, so we can show you a photo, a small biography of each artist. We are very proud of our sculptors, and we want, for sure, we want you to meet them better. Tá bem desfocado. Okay, now the focus is better. So let me see more comments. So people are saying about the wet palette that in USA it is called parchment paper. Jeremiah is asking if the wet palette gets smelly. Dá um
Smell.
cheiro assim.
I have heard about it. It doesn't happens with mine. I think because I use one day and then I clean, and I have never keep it for a long time. I don't know, but I heard that maybe the quality of the water could make this bad smell. Some people uses água destilada. I don't know the name.
This pure water, I don't know
Pure
how it's
water.
called.
In Portuguese is destilada, but I don't know how to say in English.
Yeah, maybe pure H2O.
Maybe pure.
Yeah. It's not the water that we drink, like it's a
Yes.
water that you buy that literally has only water, no
That has
minerals.
no, no minerals. I have heard it, but I use regular water from the tornado. How can I say?
The sink.
Yes.
So let me show you a little bit about the 3D models themselves, the miniatures themselves, because so far I show you only the concept art. So here is all our miniatures from this bundle. I have a high resolution image here. Here is the Solar, the Spiked Devil, the Chain Devil, the Lemur, the Hell Consoler, the Beard Devil, the Enrius. I have no idea how to say this. The Hell Knight. As you can see, the Ice Devil is a really big guy. Here in the middle we have the Pit Fiend, our boss. Here the Blind Devil, the Imp, really small. As you can see, the base is really small compared to a regular mini. Here's Guardian with the Golden Horn Goat, and his miniature is crazy detailed. You can see some lions here, a lot of details everywhere. Here's Van Shu as well, amazing miniature. Bashir here on the back, and here we have his genie. I forgot his name, let me check really quickly. It's so many names that I sometimes get confused. I'll show you in another image. And we have a lot of objects for the environment as well. We have some rocks, a bridge, stairs, a torch, the classic chest that we put in every bundle. We have a statue, a big throne for the Pit Fiend, a gate, and like this pillar, this very creepy pillar here. Here you can see all the enemies. As you can see, the Hell Knight itself. Really, guys, I'm being very honest here. Some of our minis, for me, they worth more than $15 that we pay for all of them. Like most of them, I think they are so detailed. They are so good sculptures that they worth a lot of money. But anyway, when you get the bundle, the value you are getting, it's like a crazy good deal. The Hell Knight, as you can see, is very detailed, much more detailed than the concept art itself. Just a second, guys. Márcia will talk more about the process.
Now we will apply a base coat for the hair. So I will use the color Tan Earth and Black.
Colocar mais Yeah, Tan Earth. Here is the evil angel that I can't pronounce the name. The Pit Fiend itself, I'm very proud of this model. This is the kind of character that I like to sculpt, like demons, creatures, and I had a lot of fun sculpting it. As you can see, the weapons very detailed, the base as well. Here is the Ice Devil, really cool as well. The Spike Devil, we tried something very cool that I loved. The result is this floating rock effect. So he's like landing on a rock, but the rock isn't touching the ground. So we used his tail to make this contact and make this illusion that he's like floating. The Hell Consular as well. The sculpture here on the fabric on his clothes is amazing. The Chain Devil, as I said, really cool as well. The Imp, amazing sculpture. The Bearded Devil as well, I loved this one. And if it's important to say, guys, that when we do a 3D sculpting, it isn't necessarily just like sculpt anything you want, put details everywhere, and it is good. No, we have to think about 3D sculpting. So the Bearded Devil, as you can see, he has like a lot of tentacles on his beard area, but all of them are very solid. So it is really strong and works really well for the 3D sculpting. Here the Blind Devil, a really cool and fun character. The Lemure, with this pain face. And so those are the enemies from this month's bundle. Here are the heroes. So Bashir Khan, with this smile and a mustache inspired by... no, just kidding. Very detailed as well. As you can see, the armor is amazing. And here is his patron. We called him Okash the Proud. I love this one too. It's a large miniature, so the base is very big. The sword of the Okash is like taller than Bashir itself. Here's Vanshu Spine Breaker. I love this one. It's crazy detailed as well. As you can see, fur, leather. She has like these two daggers on the belt. A lot of skulls and spikes. Very barbarian-like. And here is Gardening Firebeard with the Golden Horn goat. I loved this one, guys. It's amazing. You can see some lines here on the armor, on the hammer, the helmet. For me, it looks like a lot like the dwarfs from the Lord of the Rings or the Hobbit, from the Hobbit movie, and the result is crazy. Like, come on, all these miniatures, how much they it would cost for you to buy something with this kind of quality. For me, our price is like for free. And here is the Solar, the two, like actually the three versions of the Solar. We have the Solar, the free one with the open wings, and here you can see the two options of wings that we have. This one is the one that Márcia is painting, with the wings more open, more flat. And here is the option with the wings going more curved way. So when you print this Solar, you can choose between the two wings. The Solar itself is separate from the wings, so you can print it. And actually, if you want to use the Solar as a regular guy, like a warrior, you just don't print the wings and fill the holes on his back and use it as a character. A very cool warrior. And of course, this is the prisoner version of the Solar. And I feel this story, this idea of a quest of saving the Solar, I think it's really cool. Here are the objects. So we have this bridge, the stairs, and the stairs are the same height as the bridge, so you can print two stairs and place them on each corner of the bridge and make like a really cool environment. We have some floating rocks with chains on holding them. We have this torch with some horns, why not? The throne from the pit fiend, really cool as well. It's a big throne with some spikes, a demon skull on the top. The statue that looks like a lot like the statues that we've seen in World of Warcraft, the ones from the portal. Some rocks, very sharp ones. We wanted this hell feeling, so everything there is very sharp, with a very cool design. We have the pillar with this. Actually, this corpse hanging here is sculpted, not a real person. Of course, you can use as a real person, but our idea, as you can see, it has some rock texture on top of it, but you can use as a burnt body. So, I don't know. Very creepy. The devil chest with this devil skull on it, and the gate. I love this gate. It's really cool one. The design of the of course, again, the demons here aren't real demons. They are just sculptures, rock sculptures on the portal, and you can see some devil inscriptions here with some weird texts, and the result is of the environment. It's really cool. So let's get back to the chat so I can see if you have more questions. The solar is looking really cool already. Warhorn. So I'm very delayed on the chat. So the horn that the Gardain is using, it's called a horn. Here in Brazil, we have a different name for this when you use a horn to make a sound. Erinis. So JP is telling me how to pronounce the name of the angel, right? Erinis. Horn of Gondor. Yeah. The Horn of Valhalla. Yeah, it's a pretty cool name for a D&D artifact. So Neil is asking, the model Márcia is painting now appears larger than the heroes. Is the size of the model will be in this bundle? Yes, as I said in the beginning, the solar angels in D&D descriptions, specs, they are like 3 meters tall. So they are giants. They are not regular people. So if you compare the... here you can see the miniatures side by side. So Bashir is like this height. The angel is very big for matching the scale in D&D. And his base as well. The base of the solar is a large base. But of course you can make in a different scale, no problem. Oh, Robson is telling me about the... Robson is the sculptor behind the Hell Knight, the Gardain, and he's telling me the hair from the horse is called mane, right? So the mane from the Hell Knight horse is fire. So Dark King was worried when he first saw the the pit fin statue. I think I read this comment. Someone was telling me, oh, you can use some glue to fix this crack on the base, but yeah, this crack is intentional. I did this one to look like it's open and there's fire coming from the floor. So Dark Knight is asking, are you doing a boost from her out of all the bosses? So this boost was the first one. Some people in the community, the Facebook community, they created some boosts from Cordelia, the vampire lady. I saw some boosts of other miniatures as well, but they were like fan-made mods. But if people like this kind of miniature, if we start to see a lot of boots being printed, I'm sure we can do more of these. Me personally, I love boosts, so I have different ones here from other projects, and I will be really happy to see boosts from the bosses or from the heroes. We can see. The thing is that we have a lot of different ideas to make our subscription even cooler, but every new idea it takes a lot of time, guys, for us to do. So if we decide to create a boost, we have to make this sculpture. Of course, we don't have to start from scratch. We can use a miniature that we already have, but to make it work as a boost, it's a lot of work. We have to place supports. We have to 3D print it to make sure it is working. So it's a lot of work. But of course, we are working really hard to make the best subscription possible. So Márcia is starting a new layer.
As I'm lightening more the skin.
With which color are you using?
I made a mix with the previous mixing. I added luminous flash, salmon, and yes, luminous flash and salmon.
Show the wet palette to them. So here you can see the colors.
Salmon, luminous flash, previous brown. I there to there.
And the Rex is asking, how much resin do you use every month? We have to start counting these, but I don't know. We have to print everything that we do, so we print at least once each mini in two different scales, the 32 and the 75 millimeters. I'm not. At the moment it's hard to show, but we have like a big shelf with a lot of minis from previous months. We have hundreds of them already. Yeah, I think we use on average a liter and a half for each bundle. Maybe 2 liters. But yeah, we use a lot of resin. We have to buy more, which is already ending. Let me see more questions. So Travis is happy with the boost ideas. So Nerd Stark is asking if he wants the miniatures. The subscription is the only way of getting them, or it is possible to buy them each one. Like like separate from the bundle. So yeah, at the moment you can get our minis without the subscription in the My Mini Factory website, but you can buy only minis from previously bundles, like old bundles. We have already the Goblin Trouble, the Mad Maze Experiments, the White Apocalypse, the Vampires in Panchal, I think, are there already. So yeah, you can buy them, but they are more expensive than the subscription. I really think it doesn't worth that much to buy the miniatures. I think for $15 you get like all these minutes. For me, it's the big deal, without any doubt. And I understand that some people aren't very comfortable with subscriptions, but if you want the solar, for example, for me it is worth much more than $15. You can just subscribe, download the files, and cancel your subscription. Like it's no problem. You still get access to everything for only $15. But of course, if you keep subscribing, you get bonus. We are preparing a really cool miniature for people who are with us for 6 months already. So get ready for this. Let me see. More questions. So yeah, I will show you just a second, guys. I will take a statue to show you, but the bonus that we will give for the 6-month subscribers will be a really special character that I created some time ago. It is a blind Cyclops. Let me show you first the 3D model I have on my website. So my portfolio with some work that I did, it's on my ArtStation page. And the Cyclops that the people will get is this one. So with this, when I created this Cyclops, the loot idea, the loot project didn't exist. It was 2 years ago. But I created this Cyclops to be a really cool statue, a collection statue. And I tried to create a cool history only using elements in the statue. So you can see here a very big Cyclops, of course, with one big eye only. But as you can see, with this white eye, bluish eye, you can see he's blind. So I was thinking like, well, I want to do a Cyclops, but a different one. And I thought, well, the Cyclops have only one eye, so I will make design blind. It will be a cool background for a character. And I try to make this sad expression on his face, and he has this rope with a key on his neck, and he's sitting on top of a big chest. So you can imagine that he's taking care of this chest with his life. He has a lot of scars, you can see on his back. He has like this spear stuck on his back, some arrows, and of course he's eating a head of a knight that tried to steal his chest from him, his treasure. So he's like eating the head. The knight is already split in half. He's stepping on the knight helmet. There's his sword here, and the Cyclops as well have like some chains on his arms. And I try to make a very deformed character. So one arm of the Cyclops is really big, really strong, and the other one is weaker, much smaller, and he has like these bubbles, like he has a disease on his arm that's making it weaker. Oh yeah, this is the idea. I created this character that is protecting something that is really important for him, that he keeps in the chest, and everybody is trying to get to him, but no one could defeat him so far. So it can be like a boss or a legend, like this blind cyclops that lives in the forest or something like this, and this will be the bonus for the 6 month subscription. The only problem that I have, that as I told you, it wasn't created to be a miniature. So at the moment, this week, I'm just fixing some things like the scale of the character. The Cyclops in the D&D, they are huge creatures, so his base need to fit this huge base. Like the Aboleth, the base is very big. I have to split it in 4 pieces. So I will have to change the base size, the character size to match the D&D human characters as well. The statue itself will be very much like this. Just the base is the scale that will be a little different. I have a big statue from the Cyclops that I got a few years ago, and let me show you. Just a second. Here it is. It's not a miniature. It's very big and very heavy, but this one is one of my favorite sculptures so far. I really love the result that we got with this one. And soon it will be available for the loot subscribers. I'm very excited to see this Cyclops that I created, and it's very important for me. In people's shelves, painted. It will be really cool for me. Let me just find a place to put it back. Guys, it's really hard to follow the chat as we have a lot of messages, but I'm trying. So, Hall's transistor is talking about the elephant foot. Yeah, when we print something directly to the build plate, the first layers are a little wider than regular. But in this case, I did the first layers intentionally smaller, so the elephant foot isn't visible here. As you can see, the result is really good. We have a nice finish here. So I hope people won't have any printing issues with this one. Jeff is saying to a loot version of the toilet paper merchant would be a great memory of 2020. Yeah, it can be really fun, like a paper, toilet paper throne with a badass merchant on top of it. We still have some surprises for this year. You can expect a very cool bonus for this month that we didn't release yet. Just a quick spoiler. Whoa, the solar is looking amazing already. As I told Márcia, this one, I feel it's much more complex than the sea hag that she painted in the last live. So maybe it won't be complete. But even if Márcia can't finish in this live, I'm sure she will keep painting it and show you the final result very soon. So Neo is laughing that I'm wearing shorts. Yeah, here in Brazil it's really hot. I have this air conditioner here because it's really hot here. So Travis is asking, have you and your team put any additional thought into potentially doing an NPC bundle? For example, like a carnival shopkeepers, children's street performers, barnyard, barnyard animals, etc. Yeah, it can be very cool to have an NPC bundle. We are thinking about it as we have this story happening. Maybe between two different campaigns, we can think of something. But at the moment, we are focused in the fights. But we are creating like NPCs every month. So slowly we are building this big NPC collection. Isarus is asking how recommend cure hollow prints. So all our prints, when possible, of course, we print them hollow. As you can see, the base of the pit fin is hollow, the body is hollow, and we don't have any secret of for curing it. If you leave them in the sun, maybe it will be very slow, maybe not a good idea, but we built our own curing chamber. You can see it in the Sonic Mini 4K video that we created, and the LED UV lights are very strong, so they are doing a great job in curing the minis, and it's working really well. We didn't have any problems with it. But some people use like a single UV lamp and they put inside the models. For us, it isn't necessary at the moment. So Márcia now is painting the solar eyes. Depois pode deixar branco, amor. Legal. I'm telling her that I think she was thinking of making an iris, like the black dot in the eyes. But for the solar, as he's like this angel, a gigantic angel, I feel that a white eye can be very cool. It matches the character. Jeremiah is asking, are you considering getting the Sonic Mighty? Yeah, when they first announced the Sonic Might, for those who don't know, the Sonic Might is like a bigger version of the Sonic Mini printer. It has like a huge build plate, a 4K screen. In theory, it looks like the perfect printer, but as I had this hard experience with the Sonic Mini 4K, with the FEP and everything, I will wait a little. I'll wait for the first reviews on the Sonic Mighty to get this one. So me and Go Dang is asking, ask Márcia the difference 2K versus 4K, because she's a painter. Você sentiu a diferença de 2K para 4K nas impressões?
No, I don't.
Yeah, even I'm not a painter, but when we compare the two miniatures, they are at the moment we are printing using the Sonic Mini, the Sonic Mini 4K, and the Sonic Shuffle. Sorry, the Frozen Shuffle. Each printer has a different resolution, but if we use the same resin for the three, I can know which mini was printed in each one. For me, it's the same quality. I don't feel 4K for miniatures is important. Dark King is asking, do you guys have ever issues with some of the bases slightly improperly proportions, like with the arbolete it seems to be cut improperly when or just shipped properly? Um, Let me see. So maybe you had some issues to fit the base. Is that correct? I'm not sure if I understood correctly, but yeah, if you are saying about the Aboleth base, for those who don't know, the Aboleth is the biggest mini we ever created. It's a huge character, so the base is like the 75 millimeters base is like really big, and we had to split it in four pieces like a pizza. And yeah, when we print the base and try to fit all the parts together, they don't match like 100%. And it happens because the resin printing process, it deforms a little the parts. It isn't perfect. Like maybe visually it looks perfect, but when you try to match things, they aren't. Uh, the connection isn't perfect. I feel that resin printing is really good for details, but when you think about big and uh, precise parts, the FDM maybe will give you a better result. So what we do in cases like this is we try to glue the parts together in the best way possible, and after that we use some epoxy purity to fix the gaps, and after some sanding, some hand work with hands, and we apply the primer after that, and we can't see the lines. Let me show you just a second. So here is the aboleth, and as you can see the base, it is really invisible, the lines. You can't see the lines after we connected and glued everything. But when we look from here, we can see all the four parts. We didn't work on the bottom part because it is invisible, but you could fill with purity here and sand a little, and it will be perfect. Let me see more questions. So Jeff Thomas is asking, on the loot page, please reverse the sort of my loot so the most recent months show first on the first page. Yeah, at the moment when you enter our website, you see the bundles in a chronological order. The first one, the second one. And at the moment, guys, we have a lot of ideas for new features in our website. We want to create like a forum, uh, a much more a better website for you. But the truth is that it is very expensive and it takes a lot of time and hard work to make a good website. And it is our plan to make a website next year, but so far we have a lot of limitations. The website that we use doesn't allow us to make everything very the way that we want it. So a lot of things we are trying to use different tools to make something work for us. So I think this reverse idea isn't possible. We would need to delete everything and upload everything again. So sorry for this. But of course, next year we will have a better website with a better user experience, and I'm sure you'll love it. Oh, so the water that we are talking about earlier is the distilled distilled water. Yeah, some people are helping us. Guys, every live I'm learning some words in English because um, when I talk about 3D sculpting, sometimes I know the words of this area, but when I try to say some things about painting or other materials, I don't know much about. Let me see more questions. Oh, the Dark Knight is the Dark no Dark not Dark Knight. The Dark King is asking, could you guys put an affiliate link to Amazon for the brush and other supplies you use? Yeah, that can be a really cool idea. We are already thinking about it. Uh, Márcia use very simple materials, but
Sim.
ele. Just a second, guys. Ele quer que coloque um link afiliado com todos os materiais que você usa.
Ah, sim. É uma lista.
Yeah, we will think about something about it to create a list with materials she uses. It's a great feedback. Thanks.
I can't recommend stores maybe.
Yeah.
Because I don't know much about it. I just bought 2 times and from Brazil and from UK.
United Kingdom.
Yes.
Yeah. So we live in Brazil, and for us it's really hard to get painting supplies. We have to import everything. So each time Márcia has to buy something, she orders from a different country. But maybe in Amazon there are
For us, it's more expensive.
yeah. For us, sometimes it doesn't worth to buy from Amazon, but for most users, for most subscribers, it is possibly the best option, and we will create the list for you. Don't worry. Guilherme is asking some hints from the races for next year. At the moment, I can't say much, but the first bundle for the next year will be awesome. I'm sure of that. We are creating very popular creatures that, like every campaign, have, and I'm sure you love it. And the boss as well will be very special. So, buff coat, the minis from this bundle will start to be available today. The solar, as we are growing very fast. As I said, our website isn't ready for that many subscribers, so we are having some issues with a lot of downloads at the same time. So we have to release our bundle in 2 days. Like half of our subscribers will get the bundle today, and the other half will get tomorrow. It is bad for the subscribers, but at the moment we don't have other option. We are working on it, but you can wait 1 day, right? For is asking, what's your dream sculpt? I don't know. I love to sculpt things like the Pit Fiend. I love this dark fantasy world, so sculpting dragons, demons, creatures, everything from the D&D universe, this RPG, medieval characters. This is my dream sculpt. I'm living my dream sculpting things for loot. I don't have much time to sculpt as I would like to, But at least sculpting one character every month, for me, I'm very happy with it. I'm very excited for the next month. I will sculpt a very cool character, and it will be a dream sculpt for me. Mohammed is asking you if the live will be available in our channel. Yeah, it will keep. After we finish the live, it will go to our channel, so you can watch it later. Don't worry. So the Dark King is asking, can you add the stats to the items to allow for proper upscale to 75 millimeters? I like the minis grow from X to X%, and the objects are at so upscale them. So just to be clear, guys, the difference between we had a problem with the internet again. Can you guys hear me? Are we online? Okay, nice. So we are back. I was explaining the difference between the 32 millimeter scale and the 75 millimeters. So if you take any object, the scenery objects or any mini, into Shito box and upscale them to 235 percent scale, it will be perfect. So this is the magic number. I will write just to make sure I'm pronouncing correct. Let me see. Peter Lang is asking about the next bundle. Yeah, we are already working on it. We have some miniatures already finished. But we can't say at the moment. Maybe in our group we can send some spoilers soon. But at the moment, the next bundle will be a secret. D-Rec is asking if we buy resin in bulk. No, we buy regular resin. At the moment, most times I'm using resin from Frozen, so I buy the 1 liters bottles, just like anyone. Because today we could buy a big industrial printer, use some more expensive material, but if we do this, we can even get better results with the miniatures, but we would be getting very different, working very different from the subscribers. And we don't want this. We don't want a miniature that will work perfectly in an industrial printer, and for the final, the subscriber, the regular painter or collector or gamer, the miniature won't work well. So we try to print things just like anyone would print, to make sure we are making the sculpts in the right way. This is why we use cheap machines, right? Cheap printers, cheap resin, no fancy stuff. Johanny, at the moment it isn't possible to buy printed or casted minis from us. Maybe in future. Grace the Words is asking how many dragons do we get next month? Dragons? Oh, I don't know about this. The next bundle, I can't say what it is at the moment, but it isn't dragons.
Ficou subentendido.
Yeah, in the last live I talked about dragons. I said something about dragons, But dragons are an idea that we want. Me as a sculptor, of course, I want to create dragons. We will create dragons in future.
Yeah.
But
And there was a mistake. I think someone understood that there will be dragons next month.
yeah,
This
no,
month, but no.
yeah, we will create dragons in future, but
Yes.
not now. So José is asking, why did you choose uh, Frozen brand instead of Creality or other printers when you bought your first 3D printer, resin printer? So I bought my first printer last year, I think, like almost 2 years ago, and it was a frozen shuffle. And when at this time when I made some research, I found out that most printers were very similar, but from what I could find, the frozen printer was more stable. The build of the printer was really strong, and the quality was amazing. So I decided to invest a little more money getting a shuffle than getting, for example, an Anycubic photo at this time. And I was really happy with this decision because I became a huge fan of the frozen products. I never had any issue until I get the Sonic Mini 4K. This printer is amazing, but for some reason, I don't know if it's the fab film, but something isn't working really well for me. So Márcia is painting now the armor. Can you tell me
Yes.
more about it?
Um, um, I'm using some colors for metal parts. First, I applied black. Then I'm applying black metal from scale 75.
No. So this the black metal.
No, iron. Iron.
Black. What's the
Black
name?
metal,
Black
the
metal.
name.
Ah.
Um, for some parts. Um, Elven gold
Very beautiful color.
and necro gold.
Awesome. And
I also painted the hair. First the nerf with black. Then I applied I think it was dark flash.
dark flag. We have a few minutes left. We had some issues with the internet, so I think we can go a little more than 2 hours of live. Let me see more questions from you guys. Whoa! Just a second. Sorry, guys. Yeah, the blind cyclops that I created was inspired out of the cave troll and many other. Greg is asking any. Not at the moment. I never painted anything so far. I hope I have some time in future to paint, and I will have the best teacher on my side. But at the moment, I never tried it. Or into. Oh, the microphone is. Let me Hello? I think it's better now. Let me see. Yeah, Oregon is telling a cool idea of making a yearly welcome pack. Yeah, the welcome pack is getting really big. We have a lot of heroes and different NPCs already. But the welcome pack will get bigger. Don't worry. Yeah, the solar didn't skip the app day for sure. For is asking if I still like the Sony Mini 4K. Yes, I like the printer. If I would get a new printer, I would buy the regular Sonic Mini. For me, for my experience, it is easier to use. I never had a problem with mine, but I just ordered some NFEP film from Epox. It's a different brand of resin printers. It will arrive next week, and this NFEP, it theoretically it is more. It doesn't stuck to the print, the model. So probably I will fix the issues that I'm having with my Sonic Mini 4K. So yes, I like the printer, but it isn't perfect at the moment. Maybe it will be next week with this fix, but yeah, the Sonic Mini for me, it's the best value you can have. Let me see. A Rinzi, I don't know if it's correct, is asking, have you used an iPad for your designs? No, if you are talking about the sculpting process, I use a PC with a pen tablet. This one, let me see if I can show you. This one from Wacom, and so this worked like a yeah. I just use this as a mouse, and I sculpt using a software called ZBrush. I even show you a little bit about the software in the last live, and it's really fun to sculpt in the PC. Let me see more questions. Mohammed is asking about dragons again. Yeah, you can expect some dragons in future. Don't worry about it. We try, guys. We try to make each bundle very unique. So if we do very big characters in one bundle, in the next one we try smaller ones to make everything very balanced. So Jeremiah is asking, would you ever consider doing bundles themed around official D&D adventure, like bundles of giants from Storm King's Thunder, for example? So it is hard because if we do something especially for D&D, it would be not legal maybe because of rights, of copyrights. So we can't take a character from D&D and create a mini and sell it as a character from D&D. Like we can do a mind flayer, for example. We can of course create a new character that can be used as a mind flayer, but it is a little different. If we create a bundle with a lot of characters from a specific story from the D&D, it is a little dangerous. So we are trying to make everything legal with loot, We are trying to create original stuff. Of course, we didn't create the solo. We didn't create dragons, orcs, goblins, and they have been around for many, many years. But we try to create our own versions of these kind of characters. So Raul Tavares is asking for that awesome detail. Just another question. Nuno is asking from 32 to 75 millimeters. The upscale that I said, yes. If you take a 32 millimeter scale and upscale it to 235 percent scale, it will be our 75 millimeter scale. Okay, so answering Raul, it depends of the printer and and I didn't finish reading the question. For that awesome detail you have, both 32 and 75 millimeters, what is your usual exposure time? Is 3D Print Pro making your manual supports? So the first question, it depends a lot on the printer and the resin. For example, the Frozen Shuffle is an older printer. The LCD screen isn't mono yet, so the light source is much weaker. For the Sonic, for the Frozen Shuffle, we use like 7 seconds a layer, more or less. But for the mono screen printers like the Sonic Mini and the Sonic Mini 4K, we use around 1.8 to 2 seconds a layer. It's much faster. But it depends. We can in future we will create a video showing how to choose the right settings for your printer. But if you here at Loot we try to use the resin from the same brand of the printer. So we use the Sonic Mini with the Frozen resin. So in Shoot2Box there is already an option with the right settings for this printer using this resin. So we don't have to change a lot the things. So if you are getting started into 3D printing at the moment, I highly recommend you to do this. Use the same the resin that was created for your printer. It is much easier. But of course you can tweak some settings. Tony is asking about the settings. So yeah, as I said, we use very regular settings that let me show you. Oh, I'm afraid that if I open Shoot2Box, I will show a spoiler, but I think it won't happen. Let me show you very quickly here. Okay, so let's say just to an example, when I first got my Sonic Mini, I went to settings, add new printer, I choose the Sonic Mini printer, this one. Oh no, not this one, this one. Okay, and then in profile I chose the aqua gray resin that I was going to use, and it's done. I used these settings and every print since then is perfect. As you can see here, it is 2.2 seconds per layer. I think in this particular case, the only thing I changed was this. I'm not sure. I think in the previous version of Shoot2Box, this setting was wrong. The printing was doing like mirror, but now I think they fixed it. Arinzi is asking how choose the colors for this model.
So I decided the colors before, I used a Photoshop. I took a photo from the sculpture and try it to apply colors in the Photoshop to give me an idea for the life.
And looking for references is also very important.
Yes,
right?
yes. I also look for references, armors, and another kind of angels.
Yeah, so if you look for angel solars on Google, you can find a lot of cool references, and mixing them you
Yes.
can get to an original color scheme.
Yes, yes.
Awesome. Yeah, Jovan is telling about the Epax 10 with 8.9-inch 4K mono screen. Yeah, I was really interested in this printer. I'm seriously thinking about getting a bigger printer for loot, and I'm still thinking about the Anycubic Mono X that is very big. There is this Epax 10 that I heard awesome things about too. There is the Sonic Mighty that sounds perfect, but I'm not sure yet. Oh, and I forgot to answer the Raul Tavares question about the supports. So no, the supports we do here at Loot are done by two people at the moment. Mostly by uh, Jacob. Yeah, I forgot his name at the moment. I talk to him every day. So Jacob is doing the support, but Henrique, which is working here at Loot with the printing process, is doing some supports as well. It takes a lot of time, of course, and every time we have to make a change in the model, we have to do the supports all over again. I really hope in future these supports stuff, setting stuff, will be much easier for the users, because at the moment it's a nightmare. This is why we make the support so the subscribers really don't need to worry about it. You just have to take the miniatures and hit print. And it is important to say as well that we were having some issues with the miniatures that were supported using Cheeto Box, mostly the hollow models. And when you a lot of subscribers, when importing them into Litchi, that is what is the standard slicer for any cubic printers at the moment, they were having a lot of issues telling about holes in the miniatures, and it's a bigger issue for us. But this month we worked really hard to fix it. So we went manually, model by model, like hundreds of models, fixing all of them. So in this bundle and the next ones as well, of course, you won't have problem. You just grab our STL files, bring it to Litchi, and they will work perfectly. And of course, we also will fix the old bundles. It will take time, of course, but we are working hard to fix them as well. Pierre Paolo is asking if will your miniatures always be multi-part? So the standard mini from Loot, we just separate the base from the character. So the speed fiend, for example, you have a file for the character and a file for the base. We just have to cut into many pieces when you have a big miniature, like this speed fiend. So in this one, we have an STL for the base, an STL for one wing, another wing, the body, the legs, and the weapon. It is so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces in total. The Aboleth that was huge was like 19 pieces. But yeah, we just cut models when we have this size issue. Because we try to focus on the most popular, the cheaper printers, which has printing area similar to the Sonic Mini. If we start to doing big models, just a few people will be able to print them. So we are always thinking on the most popular printers, and to make a big printer, a big model like this fit in a small printing area, we have to separate into many pieces. So Evil Elvis is asking, what patrons have you printed for your personal mini collection? At the moment, we don't have any any minis from other patrons. We have so many minis to print at Loot that we don't have time to print others. So our big collection is from our minis. Our printers are like all the time printing non-stop. We have. Let me see if I can show you. There are minis everywhere here, guys. We have to build a big closet with or a big cabin with glasses to show our minis, because it is getting out of control. We have minis everywhere, and they get a lot of dust because they are like exposed. But yeah, our collection. We have, of course, minis from Loot Studios, but here we have also some big statues. I don't know if you can see here. We have some statues from when I was a 3D artist in the collectibles industry. So we have like 1/3 scale Batman, Garrett from Witcher, some very cool big statues. Nunos is talking about Uncle Jesse. Yeah, Uncle Jesse's channel is awesome. I always watch his videos, and he already tested like all the printers, right? There are a lot of other very cool channels as well that talk about 3D printers. There's the 3D Print Farm channel. I love his videos. There are other channels as well. So Nail is asking, I noticed Márcia is holding the mini by the legs. Ever have trouble with primer coming off? And you leave thumbprints?
Yes, I would love to have something to hold.
Yeah, we have to or buy or 3D print a miniature holder for you.
Yes.
Yeah, but this mini is so big that I think it's to something. It's
And heavy. No.
yeah, it's a little. Yeah, it's heavy, but yeah, for sure she needs a holder, right? Jeremiah is asking about studio tour video. Yeah, it will be really cool. The studio here is very simple, small. We are not a big company. We're just like a seven months company. So we are starting very small, but the team is getting bigger. We have awesome people working with us, and of course we can do a video later showing our stuff. We can show you all the minis that we already printed, my big statues collection, the Márcia work area, the printers. It will be a very cool video. Let me see more questions. Yeah, people. Neil is telling about this thumbprint problem. Você deixa digital assim, né? Tem problema de deixar digital, nas.
Just 2 times it happened.
Yeah, I'm asking her about this thumbprint problem. It happened just 2 times. Yeah, I think you have to wait until the paint is completely dried, right? Or doesn't have.
Just be careful.
Yeah, maybe you can use gloves. Yeah, in one hand to stop this your hand from damaging the paint job. Yeah, maybe. Yigit is asking our names. So my name is Alvaro, and she is Márcia. We are from Loot Studios. So Evil Elvis is asking if we play D&D. So yeah, it's funny because I even told this in the last live. We are like posers. We create miniatures. We love it, but we actually don't play D&D. I played sometimes a few years ago, but I'm a big fan of video games and computer games. So I played a lot of RPG games in my life. At the moment, I'm playing Divinity Original Sin 2, awesome game, and also Baldur's Gate 3, the new one. And this is where from where I bring all inspiration, this passion about this team. So I love movies, everything like this, but playing RPG, the tabletop game, I didn't play much in my life.
Yes, and for me, this is all new. Video game and board game, everything is new.
Yeah. Before I met Márcia, she didn't know much about this nerd universe. So I'm teaching her a little bit about this. But when I met her, I was really happy. Like the second time I met her, I asked her what was her favorite movie, and she told me it was Lord of the Rings. And at this moment, like I cried a little of happiness, of course, because it's my favorite movie as well. Hi, Luisa. Jeremiah is asking what Brazilian food do you recommend? So yeah, the food here is really good. Do you have any recommendations?
Difficult to say in English.
No, in Portuguese.
Feijoada.
Yeah, there's feijoada, which is like a black beans with meat. It's really good. Brazilian barbecue as well. Here there are some places that you pay like $20 and you can eat all the meat you want. It's really good. Which more?
Our state is where there is
Yeah.
the most delicious food.
Yeah.
Minas Gerais.
We live in Minas Gerais, and our state is very famous for good food. There's a food here from Minas Gerais that is really famous. That is pão de queijo. It's like this small cheese bread. The literal word is like cheese bread. It is really good. Yeah.
Like
No?
bread? No.
Yeah. Yeah. bread, pão and bread. It's bread. Yeah, pão de queijo. It's really good. Tapioca is really good as well.
Aquele
Oh yeah, there's
muqueca.
yeah there is moqueca. It's like a soup with
Fish.
and squid and a lot of spice. It's hard to describe, but yeah, it's really good. Yeah, Hobson's online. Pão de queijo, cheese bread.
Mhm.
So it has been 2 hours of live already. I think Márcia will just. Do you want to do something else in the paint job? Quer continuar alguma coisa aí? Yeah, I think the solar itself is so complex that it would take
Yes.
some time to finish. Yeah?
But I will record. I will finish and record and share with you.
Yeah, maybe you can keep painting and do some stories on Instagram. Oh, okay, so yeah, she will record a video and post for you guys to see the process of the solar. Can you show more details about the paint job?
So I have to wait for dry because for dry brush, it is necessary to dry very well, not to blend. So I tried and it's blending, so I have to wait more. And the skin doesn't
Doesn't work as
Doesn't-
expected.
work as I was expected, but I think continue with from here. And that's it.
So guys, we'll finish the live for today. I really hope you liked this bundle. You liked the painting process. For me, it's really impressive to get to this level in only 2 hours in a not comfortable way of painting. Yeah. I hope we could answer most of your questions. And that's it, guys. If you are not subscribed to Loot yet, please do so. I'm sure you love our minis. If you feel inspired by Márcia or paint any miniature, please tag us on Instagram. It's loot.studios. And yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the live. And next month, we will do the same. Maybe I'm not sure if next month we would be in January the 1st, and it will be like New Year holiday. But in the beginning of the month, for sure, we will do another live with the new bundle, painting more miniatures and answering more questions, okay? So, bye bye, guys. Have a nice day.
Bye bye. Thank you very much.
Thanks for watching and see you later. And also don't forget to like the live, please. Like the video. Subscribe to our channel, click in the bell to get the notifications. And also don't forget to check our other videos. There are a lot of painting videos, some other different ones as well. I'm sure you like it. Okay? So, bye bye. See you later.
Bye bye.